Mason,
Yeah.
what have you done?
What? What did I? Hey,
It was
wait.
not
Why are you
supposed-
yelling at me?
It was supposed to be Katy Perry, Hear Me Roar, and Angel Halos. What have you done?
Yeah, you're putting me on blast on live, telling me a bunch of bull crap. You told me to play a WWE theme song, just pick a random one and just go crazy with it. You didn't
Mason,
say
I've never
that.
even seen the WWE. I don't know what you're talking about. That's the World Wildlife Federation.
Oh my God, what are you doing? You trying to get me killed?
Probably.
Oh, okay. Well,
Better you than me. Sacrificing you for me.
well, yeah.
Anyway, hey, we have a show to do. Stop your whining.
Yep. Hi guys.
So how are you tonight?
I'm shaking right now. I really am. I can't
I'm sorry.
just shake, but doing great.
Did you have a big intro planned?
No, that was it.
Okay, good job. All right, well, now that we got that out of the way, welcome everybody to the Monster Cast this week, or as we're calling it, the Monster Wives Cast. Ought to be a cool episode, but before we get to that, what do you got for us there, Mason?
Nothing much really, actually. Just still checking in on a few shows that should be coming up this weekend, but I think we're gonna go ahead and save that for the end, along with our big announcements for our episode 30 that's coming on Sunday. So.
Oh, that is a big one too. I am so excited. I can't wait
yeah.
to talk about it. But all right, so this episode, the whole point of this is we're going to get a completely different aspect of the monster truck business. We're going to talk to the wives, and we have different aspects. We have my wife, who is used to being a single mom when I'm out on the road with 2 Extreme Racing or whatever team I'm with, and she has to deal with everything at the house because I'm never here. Then we have Dawn Cretin, who is dealing with being a driver, flying in and out, trying to, take care of the fans, meet with the fans, do all that, but then going home during the week, trying to be a single mom, essentially, take care of the kids, now a new grandbaby, take care of the house, because Jim stays out a lot, doesn't come home much, does when he can, but not always making it because he's stuck on the road. And then we have Kay Young, who's a completely different aspect. She is an announcer, she's a DJ, she's the one that does the traveling, while her fiance, that's scared of commitment and won't marry her yet, is home. So different aspects. It's not necessarily going to be about the monster truck business as much. It's going to be in there, but it's going to be more about how they deal with being at home. It's my wife's idea. So I'm going to turn it over to Mindy Miguez, Dawn Cretin, and Kay Young, and leave Mason here to deal with it. And I'm going to go watch porn. So, ladies, all yours.
Wow. Wow. Gonna go watch porn.
Yeah, that ain't happening. I know Cameron too well.
I want to see.
Do you think he's gonna leave me alone with you guys?
No, I know he's not.
There's no way. There's no way.
I don't even think he knows how to watch porn.
Sure I do. Up and close.
No, I've seen
up really close.
Audio guy.
Why do you think?
It's for the
Why
audio.
do you think my eyesight was bad?
Okay, well, I'm gonna start since this was my idea, I guess. I really didn't plan on being in on it. It was just a suggestion, and I kind of got roped in. But I have always worked up until about the last year and a half. So when he started doing this, our youngest was 5.
3 or 4.
3 or 4. So, but prior to that, he was a stay-at-home dad, which a lot of people don't know. He stayed home for several years with the kids.
Makes me uncool.
Makes you uncool?
Yeah, makes me uncool.
That's not what's making you uncool.
Wow.
Anyway, so once he started to go out on the road, then it was just me and 3 young kids and all of their activities. And fortunately, I had family in town, and they could help out a lot. But the kids, you get used to them being gone. So then when they come home, there's this whole big adjustment period, which is crazy. You got to get used to them being here again and them thinking they're in charge when they come home, but we all know they're not.
All right, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Bye.
Wait, don't leave me.
But in a lot of respects, it's harder on him because our lives go on as normal. he's the one that's being taken away from his whole family. So it's a lot harder on him in some respects. Now that the kids are older, it's not a big deal. But when they were little, it was hard. There was a time where one had to be at an FFA banquet at 6:30, the other had a dance at 6:30, and the youngest had football practice at like 6. And it was just me to try to get them all where they needed to be, get them all picked up. So that's what it's like being at home by yourself.
Sounds like better planning is required.
Better plan. Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's go to Kay. What's your story?
Oh man, it's not as exciting. So I'm DJ and a announcer host for Monster Trucks, and I'm the one who gets to leave every weekend. Well, not now, obviously, but I'm the one who gets to leave. And my fiance, who is not afraid of commitment, it's me. I haven't said it. We have been engaged for 5.5 years. Yeah.
What's the point now? What's it matter now?
It doesn't. It really, honestly does. I don't even wear my ring anymore. Like, I just forget to wear it sometimes. I mean, we're engaged, so someday we'll get married. He's stuck with me, but it's my fault. Just ask him because I won't date. And I get to leave every weekend, whether it's DJing, whether it's monster trucking, and then I just call him and let him know where I'm going and tell him don't burn the house down, and I'll be back.
So now, okay, so I'm going to chime in here with the question.
Yeah.
So like she said, when I come home, when Jim comes home, we have to readjust to each other. But we don't do it every weekend. We leave out, we go for weeks, sometimes months at a time. Leaving every weekend like that, is it harder that way? I mean, because now it's just every weekend, in, out, in, out.
Or is it just a nice break?
Yeah, it's a I hope he's not listening, but it's a nice break. I think people
I got him on speaker.
not live together for extended periods of time in the same house. Holy crap. Like, that is not, I was reading somewhere, like, especially during this quarantine thing, like more people have gotten divorced. Like, I'm either at my parents or I'm with him, because I'm like, we cannot be together. Like, I'm used to, for the last 7 to 10, 13 years, gone every, almost every weekend. And here we are. I'm seeing your face every day. It's a nice face.
That's the adjustment period. That's the adjustment period I'm talking about. Because every time he comes home, and if he's home for longer than a week, it's like, get out of the way. Just leave us alone. We are doing just fine. Go do something.
I did a tour in Australia for a month, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to see you. And then when I saw him, I was all happy for like a week. And then I was like, God, when am I going back on the road? I love you, but I love you more when I'm gone and I miss you.
See, that's the problem. My wife don't miss me when I'm gone.
He misses me. He tells me he misses me. But like, even like when I first started like touring and going on the road for either monster trucks or DJing, like, we would FaceTime and we would text each other and we would do all that crap that, like good couples to stay, in communication. And like, I think this, before everything like shut down, I think the last time I was on tour, I think I talked to him like maybe once when I wake up, once when I go to bed, and like maybe once during the day, just to make sure that he's alive and I'm still alive, like, just like,
we'll honestly go a couple days.
I was getting ready to say, I don't feel so bad that she's saying she doesn't talk to him all that much. And then when you said like 3 times a day, I'm like, oh crap, we can go 3 days sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely talk like every day. It's just like, but it's very like in the morning. Did you wake up? Are you breathing? Yep. Okay. During the day, ran you over. You're still breathing. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Cool. And then at night, it's like, are you drinking? Are you partying? Did you go out with everyone? What are you doing? Are you in the hotel? Yes, I'm in the hotel, but I am hammered. Good night.
All right. Well, speaking of drinking, that makes for the perfect segue. Don Cretan.
Funny.
So let's talk about your story.
My story?
I mean, you have a completely different side to this, because Now you kind of combine both of their worlds because you're traveling every weekend, going out driving, racing, doing all that, and then coming home and doing the mom thing. So talk about all that a little bit.
Well, it's a good thing it's all I know. Honestly, from the day that I started, Jimmy's not like that kind of person that you can just sit like you guys are and have a conversation. He would be on the phone probably right now if he was here, or his mind would be out in space somewhere. Has it been fun? No, not even a tiny bit. Since the beginning, it's been a challenge. We started out with literally nothing, and it was tough to live that way and still have to like have a relationship and not have work and not have money and live on the road and then find out you're having kids on top of it. So after that happened, we took the kids on the road with us, which was great, but it was all me with the kids basically. So I do all the kids stuff and then have to run out and, do your couple jumps back then and come back in and take care of the kids. And to him, it's like, oh God, this is easy. Yeah, it is. It's really easy because you have a lot of people living with you in close quarters for your whole life. And I'm like a super, super, super private person to a point. I do like my privacy a lot and have never had it. So that's been a humongous challenge. And as far as home life, once we did get a house, Jimmy did stay on the road a lot, which basically was a blessing because I was pretty used to being alone and I liked my space and my privacy and the way I ran things. And when he came home, we had to like welcome him, kind of like the lion back here, like the king. And I really bad about doing that because when you work all week with the kids and the family and the house, and then someone comes home and it's like, let's do this. It's like, I want to get out of here, like really bad. And I need to get my space. I don't want to go to family dinner things. And it was a hard adjustment in the beginning. Now things have changed a lot. Jimmy's home a lot more, even though we do still, besides COVID stuff last year, still do a lot of shows, but he does try to pop in more and do more things with the shop and our other businesses. And it's just a lot of work. I'm not going to lie. It's a lot of your whole day is basically based on what are we doing next? What are we doing next? What are we doing next? There's not a day when you just sit around thinking, God, I have nothing to do today. And when people say they're bored or they have nothing to do, I want to pull my hair out because I just don't even understand that logic at all.
Come on down to Oklahoma. I'll show you what it's like.
No, you work too. But it's a different lifestyle, and people always, relate when they talk to me. God, I love your lifestyle. I'm like, come with me, girl, for 1 week, and you'll change your mind.
Yeah, I've said that before.
Well, there's tons of perks. You get the perks. You get to travel. You get to meet a ton of people, which I do love. But you don't get to we've been to so many cool places. And I can honestly say I've never been outside of the airport or
right
rental car place in the stadium. It's such a fast turnaround. You go somewhere, you go to Canada and you're there for like 2 days.
Yeah.
Turn around and come right back. So, and then you just go right back to work. It's like Groundhog Day. My Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, exactly the same. Never a change.
Yeah.
I think the moral of the story here is stay single and don't have kids.
Yes. Well,
have kids. Kids are great.
No, I don't. I mean, no.
You'll probably have like 3 or 4.
I'm hoping my uterus dries up before it can happen.
Well, it won't. That aloe. You, it will never dry up.
Can we all pray? Can we all pray for triplets?
That was me.
Can you, what?
I said you didn't eat it though. That was me.
I want to pray for triplets for Kay.
Oh,
yeah, at least.
do not take that prayer back. You know how short I am and small? Like, could you imagine me holding 3 children in me? Like, geez, I'd look like a
I want you back on here on that episode from the hospital when it happens.
Oh, yeah. I'd be cussing you out saying your prayer.
Probably send him here for you to
Well, then
raise.
you have to name one after me for that case.
Jeez.
She probably sent him here for you to raise, and then I'm out.
Oh,
I'm
you. You can have all the little Asian babies and have yourself a little Asian baby farm. So.
Well, I'm planning to stay with you then because I'm not having any more children. No.
Okay, that's cool.
Mindy, that's what they all say.
Man.
Hey, I'm at the age where the grandchildren will be coming soon too, Dawn. Okay, so I don't need any.
All right, so now what? Your grand idea. So they've all told their stories. Now what's
Well,
next?
that's rude. You said you only had to fill a certain amount of time, and there was questions.
Really? All right. Well, we'd like to thank you guys for coming on.
Shut up.
Fun. Well, the sad part is we'll have to go. Us women have to all go back to work after this is done.
Yeah, I came over to the studio, so I don't have to go back home. So
Oh, you're lucky.
drinks, and I'll just stay here for a while.
That's what I need. I need a studio.
Yeah, just lock yourself in the studio.
I'm in my studio. It's my son's old bedroom, but it's a studio.
My bedroom's right next door. That's where I'm heading.
Well, so, all right. So I want to dive in here. I want each of you, since now I'm hosting this again, tell us one thing about what you do that people would have no idea. So we'll start with Dawn. Just something that people would have no idea what you do. And I'm not talking about, something off the wall or crazy, but just something you have to do to keep this lifestyle going that people just would not think is the case.
Well,
If that,
let me think. Oh, I got it. I bite my tongue 297 times a day. How's that?
and that's just when Jim's in the house in the morning.
Most of it has to do with him, yes.
All right, Kay.
Oh, what do I do to keep this lifestyle up? Probably go to a therapist. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say you should. If not, call me. I'll start taking care of it.
I probably should go to a therapist.
I watch Dr. Phil all the time.
Oh, okay. Probably I forego, even though like I'm out, like especially the DJing, like I'm out all the time on the weekends, like I forego a lot of personal friendships and family time for this. I've missed tons of weddings. I've sacrificed lots of, parties and birthdays and didn't even celebrate my own birthday, for probably a good five years at least in a row. So that's what I have to give up as far as to like live this lifestyle. Like I don't see my family for weddings and stuff, most of the time. So
I didn't even know my kids had birthdays, so.
yeah, send a postcard from wherever you are.
What's that?
I said you could just send them a postcard from wherever you're at. Tell them happy birthday.
I just shoot them a text. Hey.
There you go.
I usually get back who dis.
Well, I guess mine is kind of two-part then, because there is the fact that on the other side of it, he's never home for anybody's birthdays but his own. Somehow he's always home Father's Day and his birthday. But 4th of July's, which are huge with us, he's never here hardly. I don't know how many Thanksgivings he spent in Mexico, and we're here without him. There was a Christmas he got stuck in Argentina and didn't make it home till 11 a.m. Christmas Day. And I've got 3 kids wanting to open presents and celebrate Christmas. And then also the whole weekend aspect of it. Now that I have a son and a daughter-in-law that are also in the business, I spent one entire weekend in January. I drove to Kansas City so I could see my son. And then I had to the next day drive to St. Louis. So again, hold on. I don't know if they can hear me. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so I had to drive to St. Louis then so I could see my husband and my daughter-in-law, and then I missed my daughter-in-law because I was sick at the same time and went straight to the hotel and went to bed. So it's all missing everything and just trying to see everybody.
Yeah.
Definitely sucks.
Well, not everybody talk at once. Come on, let's lap. See, this is where the conversation is supposed to move forward. Y'all just can't just stop.
Well, I've missed everything too, so I just want to add that.
Yeah.
I've missed everybody's wedding. I've missed every. I think I literally do miss every single thing. I've had weddings this year and family weddings, reunions, and there's always a show. And then, of course, during COVID, nothing's happening. So now we all sit and stare at each other.
Dawn celebrated my birthday though. What? Not last year, the year before in
I
Las
celebrate everyone's birthday.
You celebrated mine at Fremont Street. We won't talk about that. But
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh, wait.
We were there.
We were there.
We were there.
We were there.
I was the DD.
birthday in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I was the DD that night.
Yeah. I ended up in a limo.
You were not.
Holy cow! Yes.
Said she was the DD that night.
Oh, Dawn, you're thinking of another year in Vegas.
No.
We had it. We had an Uber. We had like 10 people pile into like a little bitty Uber to get us back to the hotel.
Dawn, you were there. You and Jimmy were there.
I
And
remember. I'm just messing with you. I know I wasn't the DD.
with
Silly.
Howell and all that. That was. It wasn't fun at the next morning, but it was fun then. That was a good birthday.
That was fun.
I was at church while y'all were doing that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Don't make Dawn repost that video.
Oh.
Which one?
The hair banging.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure we look cool.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I guarantee we look almost as quarter cool as we thought we did.
Yeah, almost.
Oh well, as long as we liked it, who cares?
Oh
Yeah, I don't.
I enjoyed it.
That's why we just wish Dawn learned to put the phone down.
From Dawn, but that was all.
What's that?
I said I did celebrate my birthday with Dawn, I guess. Here.
No,
I
now
have
you
to.
owe me one. Now you
Won't
owe me
be
one.
doing that again.
You owe me once again.
Learned my lesson. Won't be doing that again.
Me and Dawn have done joint birthday celebrations together.
Oh,
You know,
gee.
they're right by each other. We've done
How did
that more than once.
How did that
I ended up pregnant, and it was Mason.
And Dawn's the happy father of your baby.
Oh, I was the father.
No, it was Mason.
Mason probably should have earphones in.
I'm just the kid that's stuck in the room right now, just waiting for my mom to pick me up. Right now, I'm just here with my mom. It's just kind of like, oh, okay, this is cool. Oh my god.
He's waiting outside the skating rink.
Oh, to be young again.
Mm.
All right. Well, so I have another question for you ladies. So we'll start with Mindy on this one. So far as everybody else. Okay. So you don't get lucky and marry the greatest man ever, me. What would you be doing now? What would you be doing if you didn't follow this path? What was the other path that you were after? And I'm not talking about relationship wise. We all know you guys got lucky to have what you are, so you couldn't have done better. But professionally, I mean, what else would you guys have done other than what you're doing now? So start with my lovely wife.
I don't know. I mean,
Well,
if
you're
you were
studying to be a
if you were staying at home and working 5 days a week, is that what you mean?
No, I'm talking about, let's go back. I mean, let's go way back
Never
before poor decisions were made.
Be waiting for you.
I had planned on becoming an elementary school teacher, and then I realized that I didn't really like little kids that much. So changed my mind on that.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So then I did medical transcription because I was looking for something that would allow me to stay at home and have kids, which never do, never try. Dawn, you will understand that. You cannot work at home with little kids. It's just not possible unless you never sleep. So that wasn't the greatest thing ever. But then we moved to Oklahoma to be closer to my parents so I could help them and they could help me. And I don't know, I'm really not too worried about what I would be doing otherwise, really.
All right, great answer.
Well, I mean,
All right, Kay Young. If you weren't out wiki scratching records, what else would you be doing? I mean, what was your other option at one time?
I'd gone to college to become a lawyer. I probably would be living in like LA or New York City or Chicago, being a lawyer, and probably single because I'm one of those women that like don't need a man. Like I love having my fiance, but I don't need a man, you know? So I probably would be doing something like that. Other than the fact that like when I started diving into law school, like this sounds terrible. I hate reading, and that's all law is. It's just like reading. And I'm just like, you know what? There's no cliff notes for law, so I was like, screw this. My backup though.
Sure there is.
What?
There's one cliff note. Don't get caught. It's not illegal.
It's only illegal if you get caught. So
exactly. What else do you need to know about law?
Right. And that but also too in that same like sentence, like I got a soccer scholarship and I was fairly decent at it, and I was supposed to be playing semi-pro once I got out of college, but I just like got burnt out and started DJing and partying and doing all this radio and TV stuff. So I probably would be playing soccer and or doing like law stuff.
So you could have been the next Brandy Chastain.
Yeah, like take the shirt off and like yeah.
Yeah, that's the only part I care about. Other than that, I know nothing about her career.
Oh, that's the one that everybody knows her. I met her in an airport one year, and like a friend of mine that was with me, we were traveling for soccer actually, and she was like, "What made you take your shirt off?" And she goes, literally, she's like, it wasn't obviously planned or anything. She's like, it was just one of those like knee-jerk reactions where I ripped my shirt off and was just like screaming. And I was like, out of all the things to do when you celebrate, I would not take my clothes off.
You know what? I say God bless her for being open to the rest of the world, and more women should be like.
I was happy for her, you know. I was happy for her, but I personally like to keep my clothes on. So
there ain't a women's soccer team got that much coverage since.
Lord.
All right, Dawn. What about you? I mean, you were in the Army at one point. Is that what you were?
I would probably stayed in it. Most likely. I would probably have my 20-some years in already and be retired. But other than that, I would have still got married. I would have definitely had kids, probably more kids than I have now. I think in my life, I always thought that's what I was going to be as a mom. So the kids, Army just kind of came along, and I liked it. But I would have just been probably a mom and a wife.
What'd you do in the Army?
A medic.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's where the aloe.
That's where the aloe came in.
Aloe. No, I went to college too for a while for physical therapy, and it just wasn't. I'd be in jail. I just don't like with occupational therapy with little kids coming in with child abuse. It would have been a bad choice for me to do that. So yeah, I think that's probably what I would have done. I probably would have finished my Army career and got married somewhere in there. I probably would have went to a monster truck show because it is kind of exciting. I probably still would have been a monster truck person, but
I went by a college once.
It's scary, isn't it?
Oh, it scared me.
So it doesn't matter. I'm with you.
That's not true. You stayed in my dorm room many times.
Whoop whoop.
Oh, so he did go to the college, just the wrong
Yeah, you
part.
went to college. You went to college.
Oh yeah, I went to college. Got an A too.
An A minus, Mindy,
All
or
right.
A plus?
We'll just stick with a straight A. How's that? Just a plain old A.
That's great.
Hey, I never got one. I never got one in any other school, so I'll take it. All right. Well, is there anything else you guys want to discuss before we go to the fan questions?
Oh.
All right, Mason, you got to get in on this.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and open this one up with a question for all of you from Levi Shones, which is also Cam's most favorite question. He actually switched it up a bit there. Ladies, which is better to take your husband and/or fiance to, Hooters or JT
Right.
Schmidt?
Hooters sucks. I'd say the Schmitz. I like that place.
I hate that little bastard.
I have never been to JT Schmitz or Hooters.
Really?
Wow.
Take that in your pipe, Levi Shones.
You've never been to Hooters ever?
No, I grew up in a really small town until I was about 16 and then moved into the city, but we were on the outskirts. And I mean, it's just nobody ever took me to a Hooters.
God, Cameron. You couldn't take your wife to a Hooters one time?
No, I don't like Hooters.
I've heard the food sucks, so why would I want to go and look at girls and eat shitty food?
Yeah, that's what she said.
If we ever see Mindy, all three of us, we're going to take her to Hooters or JT Smith.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a
Done.
date.
I'm sure as hell not flying her to Anaheim so you can go to JT Smith's.
Oh, next time we're there. We're going to put our money together and get her there.
I don't remember being.
Mason.
Yeah.
Tell Levi Shones man for my podcast. I'm done with him.
I love Levi.
Blackballing him.
I got him on the phone right here, so I'll do that call after this.
Yeah,
Bye, Levi.
What's up, Levi?
you little prick.
Continuing on, though, we have Kyle Knickerbocker asking, what is your guys' favorite venue to go to?
Start with K.
Can I say my favorite city? Because, I mean, like, the venue would be there.
Whatever you want, Princess. It's your show.
Oh, okay, cool. New Orleans.
Wrong answer.
Yes, it is. Right. The Superdome. New Orleans is the best. We will not talk
Never
about
done that. That's one of the few stadiums I've never done.
Oh, trust me. You have to hydrate before you do that show.
Well, okay, so we only do the airport and the venue, so we don't get to do the fun stuff.
Well, you need to just drive in like one day earlier and hang out with me. Give me a call, and I'll take you around New Orleans.
That sounds really scary.
Just drink a lot of food before you come meet me out, though.
Of course I would.
Somebody's getting molested. All right, so Dawn, what's yours?
My favorite would have to be definitely something in Phoenix. Love the hot weather, love people there. Hughes, our sponsor there, so we spend a lot of time with them, and I like it in Phoenix a lot.
That's a good one.
All right, so you haven't been to a ton, but you've been to quite a few.
I'm mostly stuck in the Midwest.
Fair.
What's that?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I mostly get stuck in the Midwest, so I really can't say I've gone anywhere all that exciting.
You've gone Vegas, you've gone Arlington, St. Louis, Kansas City, Oklahoma City. I mean, yeah, not a lot, but
I'm there, and there's a spectator, so I really can't say that
Jesus
any
Christ,
one
will you
venue is
just
any
answer
greater than the other one.
just answer the goddamn question.
Well, as far as shows goes, obviously World Finals is the best for
There we
me
go.
as a fan. So
Ding,
we'll say
ding.
Vegas,
Ding, ding, move on to the next.
and we have a lot of fun in Vegas.
Yes. Too much.
I know.
It's never too much.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
I'm the one that spent all the time with Jim, so Dawn don't. It's too much.
We need drinks by the pool.
Cameron, we share those roles. Sometimes you have to take
Bullshit.
one. Sometimes
I
take
have
one.
him. I have him from 8 in the morning till 10 at night. You get him while he sleeps. It's unfair.
No, that's enough.
Unless you crawl into the wrong bed. Then things work.
Oh, it only happened once. You act like it's a common thing.
Occurrence.
Have I ever told you that story?
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure before I get sitting out.
Yeah.
Look.
All right, Mason, what else you got?
Here's a question for you, Cam. Dan Mulenex is wondering what's in your cup. I think he needs it right now. So, mind tell us what's in there?
This is my third Captain of Coke.
Woo!
Can't go wrong with that.
And I just started at 7:45.
All right.
Okay.
You'd think we were stressing him out.
Too absurd.
Not we. You.
Called toleration. I was trying to numb myself for the pain.
Mm.
What else you got there, Pumpkin?
A really funny one for Dawn. Not exactly sure I'm gonna exactly word this right, from Buddha Killer, saying, Dawn, how many Coors Lights does it take till JC sounds like the teacher from the Peanuts? And I'm not gonna do the Peanuts teacher impression, but I think everybody gets
I know how to say that. Actually, before I drink anything, that wah wah starts. That's why I drink.
And then it's better. Yeah.
All right. Who asked that, Mason? Was that Michael Keller?
Yeah.
Okay, until something better comes along, he has the question of the night so far.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll keep a
He don't
lookout for
get
any
nothing
more.
for it.
Here's a good one from Josh Kirshner asking, ladies, do you have a favorite road story?
Mm.
A few.
I got some, but I don't know if I can tell them. I might end up being divorced before I get married. So
Yeah, you don't want to tell the one about the one night stand in a hotel with the strange guy you met on the corner. You want to leave that one out.
Yeah. Oh, we'll leave that one out.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't share mine either.
What?
Well, if those aren't okay, here's one from Kyle asking, how about any rental car stories?
Hang on.
I have zero because
Oh.
with Jimmy, we actually have to clean the rental car before we take it back. Check the air pressure in the tires. He
What?
absolutely there's one piece of trash in the car. It has to be picked up. So no stories for me. I'm out.
Nothing too exciting. I drag raced in a Kia Sportage. No, what are those boxers? I drag raced my Kia with another professional monster truck driver. We drag raced in Hidalgo, Texas, and I popped the engine, but we made it. Yeah. We took that one back.
Hey, wins.
Yeah. So
You really don't have
I
any
won
rental car
too,
stories.
by the way. I won that drag race.
You go, girl.
Thanks.
Dustin Storm's asking, was it a Kia Soul?
Yes, a Kia Soul. It was the box thing. Kia Soul. Yep. Not the Sportage, the Soul. Yep.
Doesn't matter. It's the Kia.
It was an Asian driving an Asian car.
Well, I guarantee she figured out the Bluetooth and how to work all the technology. She just figured out how to keep the motor running.
What are you talking about? I made it. My people.
She was the dancing gerbil in the car, cruising down the road.
Yeah. He was on his little wheel.
I didn't realize Young was Asian. I missed that.
Well, our eyes are about the same size, Cam, so you probably went.
I just had never been close enough to tell.
Yeah. All right.
There was that one time, but we're not sharing all the road stories. So
Yeah. Right.
All right,
Cam, I
Mason,
don't
what else you got?
There was ever any good stories.
Yeah.
Go
Let's
ahead.
see. Another one from Michael Keller asking who handles the alcohol better, JC or DC?
Oh my God, that's easy.
This is a
Hell, I'll
given.
just
That kind of depends because are you talking about once they're drunk, who can we all handle better, or who can drink more alcohol?
All right, I'll just break it down like this. When we're in the shop and I start making drinks, I'll make Dawn like mine. I'll make Dawn's drink just like I make mine and my brothers and the other guys. I make Jim's like I make my 14-year-old.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then I'll start strengthening Jim's. So by the end of the night, he's dancing with his one move and then complaining about his hip hurt the next morning because he has the one move and he wears the shit out of it. Am I far off, Dawn?
No, you're pretty close. You're pretty accurate.
To answer Daniel Mardi Gras' question about me, if I have any crazy stories in Vegas, I can only sum it up really short because I like to save that for like another time. But I got lost in Fremont twice. Both times I was there, 2018, and then last year I got lost in Fremont. And then, yeah, we're gonna end it off there and continue with the next question.
No, Mason, I'm gonna make you tell another story.
Oh God!
Everybody's talking about stories. You have to tell the San Diego story. How I met you, where I met you.
Oh my God! I hate that story. Thought we were gonna save this for another episode, but sure, fine. I'll go ahead and start off because that was my second time doing club at my hometown show, and was it the Petco Park? I hate that stadium. Yep, and it was like during an intermission, I had to take the little golf cart out on the field to like do little flower lines up and then run it back. I basically backed it all the way straight, but I got like lost for some reason. I didn't know which way was left or right, and then I just like freaked out and I just punched it. I ended up hitting Matt Pagarillo's truck. Like I just rammed into it because I was just backing into it, not even looking, just slammed into it. Everybody in the whole stadium saw it, and the people in the AV booth put the camera on me as my head's basically down on the cart, just like, oh my God, I just hit this person's car. I see Matt putting on his, like, taking off his helmet, like he's getting ready to put the helmet on. He takes it off. He's just looking at me. I see two other guys who at the time I didn't know were Tanner and Cam, and I just felt cold at that whole night. I just felt like cold. I did not want to talk to anyone. I just felt like I fought, like it just really ruined that night for like everybody.
Now,
2 weeks later,
I just want to set the stage for everybody though here. We have 14 12,000-pound monster trucks parked in their spot. Now, these trucks are all 12 foot wide. Mason is driving a 4 foot wide golf cart and cannot fit it through a 9-foot gap. Instead, he's going to bounce it off the tire of the truck I was working for at the time. Not once, not twice, but like 3 times trying to put it in this ginormous hole. It was amazing.
It was such a great learning moment. I was about ready to just quit right then and there, and I probably should have, but here I am 2 years later.
Nathan, I have a question for you.
Oh
I've
no!
always wanted to ask you this. So last year at World Finals, when Jimmy won,
Yeah.
Oh my God!
that your face, you were just streaming tears, streaming them, and like, did you know that you would be like famous for that?
No, not at all.
You were
It was honestly, like, it was emotional to me because the whole time there, I've mentioned before, Cam and I, the whole way through, he was telling me stories about all the times the World Finals, to the point where I was super excited that seeing Cam happy winning that, and then I was like really happy for Jimmy at the same time. But in the moment, seeing Cam excited, I was happy about that. I was crying for the both of them really, but when he was giving his speech out, there was at least 2 times I at least remember looking up at the board and seeing me still there, and I tried walking back, and then I see the camera kind of like edge back to me again. And
So-
I hate that. So to this day, I still don't like that because I was trying to get out of his moment. Because Cammy was like, "Hey, way to go, dude! You're in the shot the whole time." Like, great.
You're in the shot the whole time, and you're just tears are just like you're hyperventilating, tears streaming down your face, and in my ear because I'm on the stage with the host that was talking to Jimmy, and all I hear is, "Don't move the camera! Don't move the camera! Get the kid that's crying! Get the kid that's crying! This kid is gonna be the next Jordan meme." You know what the kid?
So here's the best part about that.
Please, someone make a meme.
Here's the best part about that. That was my 11th World Finals with Jim Cretin.
Yeah.
10 years before that, I had took all the abuse, the beatings, the hours, all that. And who gets the most camera time the first time he shows up? That kid right there.
They're like,
But when you throw helmet gear on,
they're like, get his
Mine
mom.
was over 19 years ago, and I didn't get camera time either, so don't feel bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Doc,
but you did get. I mean, I did get my 5 seconds hugging the black kid. I mean, I got that. So I made it on national TV doing that.
yeah. They're like, don't take the camera off. Don't take the camera off. And they're like, he's giving us raw emotion. And I'm like, get him off the jump.
We all walked by Jimmy and hugged Mason to get on the camera.
Yeah, you had to hug everybody. And this kid, he just was like, that was before I knew who it was. He's just screaming. And I was like, dude, if I ever got to talk to this kid again. So I had to ask you that question, being the radio.
It was Mason. That was actually really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good job, Mason.
Good job,
Yep,
mate.
I finally had closure to why that was the camera's still on me. So I thank you for that as well.
You're welcome.
Forever Mason will be the most emotional crew guy at the World's Finals.
Oh, yippee!
That's something.
I'm never going.
Maybe you'll get an
Tell
award.
Jim I'm going on the record right now. I'm never going back. The hell with all of it.
None of us might, so
Yeah.
I'll be right with you.
We,
Yeah.
We're just gonna send Mason and Jim and cry together. All right, Mason. What is Mason? What else you got?
Enough about me. Let's actually ask a question to Kay Young from Buddha. Yeah, Kay Young, what is your most embarrassing and or awkward moment announcing at a show?
oh, jeez. He probably knows the answer. What? Man. What is my most embarrassing moment? Oh, let's see. I think I fell off my. Okay, so I'm only 5 feet tall, so they always give me a box to stand on, like a big box. I fell off of. Well, Camden Murphy and I have to share the box because we're both short. Otherwise, you can't see us over the stage. But I fell off of it once while I was on camera. Let's see. That's not really embarrassing though. Like, oh, I fell up. I fell. I fell running on the stadium floor. That was fun. Up the hill, up the dirt hill. That was cool. I don't know. I really don't have any like super embarrassing. I mean, I don't really get embarrassed that much. That's probably why I don't even remember.
Not yet. Wait till Moline.
Oh, yeah. Great.
I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna fix that little problem. I'll give you a story to tell.
Wonderful. I can hardly wait. By
All
the
right,
way,
Dawn.
Wait, that question wasn't for me. That was just for.
that was just for
Oh,
me.
okay. Okay, sorry. I'm sitting over here to shut the hell up then.
Okay, we'll follow it up with a question from Kelly Murphy Miguez asking, what do you wives find as the most difficult to balance in your relationship with your spouse or fiance and family life?
Just dealing with us.
Talking about anything besides work and remembering what important things are besides work is definitely probably the most difficult thing because you forget about the littlest things are no longer the big things that they should be. because work always has come first for a long time, I think. No, is that just me?
No.
Come on, girl.
Okay.
I think mine would be. I don't know if like anybody like Dawn or Cam or anybody or Mason even and maybe Mindy when she's gone, but like when I leave out of town, I am completely engulfed in being out of town. So like the biggest thing for me is like when I come back home, everyone around me at home has lived their life and moved on. You know what I mean? But my life, every time I come back, I have to like catch up to what has my fiance been doing, like what's going on around in the house, like at home or whatever, you know what I mean? Like for me, it's like playing catch up. And he's kind of like, well, I told you this, on Saturday. Well, I had a show Saturday. I wasn't listening to you. Like, didn't even look at my phone. You know what I mean? So like a lot of it's like, well, I told you we were supposed to go here on Monday. Well, I don't remember talking about that, because I'm so engulfed in being out of town and my life kind of stops and is only centrally focused on that everyone else is living their life and moving forward. So I have to play catch up and also like, communicate like I wasn't listening to you. Sorry, like.
See, a woman can get away with that answer. A man, no.
I have a lot of like, my fiance says that, and a lot of my friends say that like I have a lot of like man tendencies, like male tendencies. Like I'm not the one that gets emotional. I don't ever cry. I can't remember like anniversary to save my life. I can't remember. I have to like always remember, like I have to write it down, like when his birthday year is and all that stuff. And I'm not good at communicating or listening. Like I drift off when he's talking and I'm trying better.
You sound like a great friend. I love it.
That's where you and my wife are sisters.
He got mad at me the other day because we were watching like a show and I was just like giggling and he's like, that's not funny. And I was like, that is funny. He's like, and I was like, well, that's stupid. Like, why would I be crying? That's hilarious. He goes, no, that's sick and you're sick. He's like, something is mentally wrong with you. And I'm like, what?
And she's watching women snapped.
What'd you say?
You're watching women snapped. Laughing her ass off. Oh, she cut his head off.
They're watching Old Yeller.
Yeah, it was like something like, it was like, I don't remember what it was, but it was like a show where like I probably as a female should have been more emotionally involved in it, but I was laughing and thought it was hilarious and I probably should have been crying. And so
next time cry for him.
Yeah.
And I feel like the most accurate movies are the ones where they don't end up together in the end.
Yeah.
Like see Kay watching Bambi going, that bitch's mom deserved to die.
I mean, hey, if you need some good venison, like maybe she did need to die. I mean,
right?
You guys seriously have time to watch movies?
What?
You guys have time to watch movies?
During quarantine, I've had the most time to do the stupidest things that I never have had the time to do, like watch movies or TV or Netflix or, you know what I mean? Like, I never really like, we would go to the movies or whatever, but, like on the 3 days that I'd be home. But, I mean, I never really watched TV or whatever until now because I didn't have time. So, I had all the time. And kicking, like now he's like mad at me because I'm not crying or I'm not like sensitive to whatever's on the TV. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, sorry,
Heartless bitch.
That's just it. You're on your own for so long and doing things on your own that you get to the point you're like, I don't need a man. But then he's upset and I'm like, no, I don't need you, but I choose you. So that should make it okay.
Yeah. That was sweet, Mindy.
Communication is always the hardest thing because when he's not at a show, he's at home calling to book shows or setting up the next show. And he'll be like, I told you about that. I'm like, you have talked to 53 people today and I am not one of them.
Well, okay, so that's the hard part.
Or he'll tell me 3 shows in advance what, like, if I have to go help him or what we're doing, and I have zero memory. Give me a Google notification in my calendar.
Okay, I don't even know what that means.
Exactly.
But like that's the hard part. This is where me and Jim are very similar. Is for us coming home, it's hard to turn it off. Like there is no off switch because there's always the next show. There's always, like most teams when you're going through first quarter, me and Jim are not worrying about first quarter. We're not worrying about St. Louis or Anaheim. We're already in January working on the truck, getting it ready for the World Finals. That's where our head is the entire time. And Dawn can attest to this. We're talking in the middle of January about getting this truck ready for World Finals. When we get to the summertime and Jim starts doing his own shows and I start helping out with, that kind of stuff or whatever, we're always talking about the next show. So it never shuts off. So it's hard to come home. And during quarantine, I've learned how to turn it off and not be so involved in the monster trucks and actually come home and have a home life.
And it's taken a lot of communication. In other words, me yelling at him and telling him to get his shit together.
Yeah, I don't know if that's communication.
That's communication.
Yeah.
This whole entire
I talked and you listened. That's communication.
This entire episode is just therapy for us. We really didn't care about anybody else and where else was going on. We just did this to get all this out open.
We're good at that. As long as we can help you.
Thanks, Dawn.
I know.
Now I'm gonna cry.
I'm a pretty good
I do actually have time to watch movies and do all that crap now because I'm not working and he hasn't had shows. I've helped him with several shows this summer already, and there may be more. I'm not sure what I'm going to be in on and not, because I also have some chronic health issues that we're working through, but I have lots of time to watch movies and Netflix like normal people do now.
That's good.
All right, Mason. Next question.
All right. Well, oddly enough, I'm going to go ahead and let it simmer down a little bit and go back to you, Cam, because Matt Clark is asking Cam, being the only husband here, how amazing is it being on the road? 10 being amazing or 1 being amazing?
I'm going to give it a -6. Honestly, when it comes to being on the road, it's a double-edged sword. Years ago, I loved it. I couldn't wait to get on the road when I first started with Jimmy and Dawn. I first started out going out just on weekends, and then it grew and it grew, and I couldn't wait to do more. I came home for a week, and I was ready to go again. Let's go again. I want to go again. In the shop. Now I'm to the point of I can't wait to get home. And it's nothing against what we do. It's just the being gone aspect, living out of a hotel room, not being home, missing stuff at home. It's just finally, it's not a burnout deal or anything like that. It's just you start realizing at a certain age that all these opportunities that are at home aren't going to happen again. But there's going to be another monster truck show. And Dawn knows this as well as anybody. There's going to be more shows. But the kid's 5th birthday, the grandkids coming along, the holidays with the family together, with our parents. Me and Dawn have both lost a parent. And our parents are getting older. So those opportunities, they're not there forever, but those small truck shows are. So that's what changes in your mind if you want to be home more for that stuff, because you don't know how much more time you have. Not to get all philosophical on it, but that's the truth about it.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely just made a new fan today, because Michael's saying, "You're my hero. You're my blind hero."
I don't blame you. I should be everybody's hero. I'm kind of an amazing person.
We haven't even. I'm not even going to say it. Never mind.
No, come on. We're in the
No,
circle.
I was going to say we never even had one good blind story.
Yeah.
I've told some on here.
You have told a few.
So my favorite one, and I've told it on here before, but my favorite one will probably always be San Antonio, Texas. I'm crewing for Jim and Don. When we get to intermission, and anybody doesn't know San Antonio, when we get to intermission, trucks have to go out, fuel. So they all go out to basically a half moon shape. So every truck's lined up, one behind the other. So I'm going to go fuel Bounty. So I grab my fuel jug, I grab my funnel, get it on the tire, jump up on the back of the truck, and I'm trying to flip this flag out of my way. And I don't remember there being a flag on the back of Bounty. And I turn around, and Jim is behind me in Bounty, laughing his ass off, and I'm on the back of Lucas Oil Crusader. Fortunately, I did not put the fuel in until I realized what I was doing, and his crew guy was standing there, so I went ahead and threw fuel in for him because I was there. But, yeah, the best was, like I said, Jim not even getting mad at me about it. He's back there. You know, Jim's normally very serious during shows, not real laid back. He sometimes, but for the most part, he's pretty serious. But I can actually hear him through his helmet, through the windshield, 15 feet behind me, laughing his ass off of what's happening at this point. So, yes, there's your blind story for the day.
Thank you, Cam.
Anything for you, Don?
Thanks.
Let's see.
So what else you got, Mason? Anything?
A few more good ones from Carol Allen, actually. She's saying, it's for Dawn, but you have raised very good, independent, and capable children. Kudos to you, Mama. Just want to make sure that they have their questions.
They are good kids. I honestly have no idea. I no doubt think we're good parents, but they've raised kind of themselves for a lot of years, and they turned out okay. Pretty proud of them. I don't have one bad thing to say about any one of them. Well, maybe Jetty. He's kind of like Jimmy a little. We're gonna tweak him a little bit, though.
Let's see. Here's a decent one from from Carol again. Or Carol, sorry. Buddha. He's asking, what is the best way to get gear oil out of crew clothes? Any advice?
Oh, Jesus
Fire.
Christ, please.
Fire.
Get new ones.
New ones. Good with that.
Go buy
And
it.
don't wash their clothes with yours.
Ever.
No.
Couldn't you use like Dawn dish soap, platinum?
No.
You want?
Still
You
doesn't.
want to go through that work?
Huh?
If you want to go through all that work, I wouldn't put that in your laundry or in your washer, though.
Oh no,
Okay.
I'm saying like, I mean,
Hand wash?
that would get it out, or at least
I have actually tried soaking it in hot water in Dawn before and didn't make a difference.
yeah.
Actually, the degreaser from High Performance.
Oh, here we-
That will get it out. Immediately.
Shameless plug. And that's high performance lubricants that you can find at all your local parts stores.
You can. Or just ask me.
Or hit Don and Cretan, who is our new high performance lubricant representative.
That's right. It does work, though. It really does get all grease out. I just have never really washed
It's easier
any
to just
Well,
it's easier to just throw away that $3 high vis shirt, go buy Walmart and buy another one.
They're going to wear it again anyway, dirty or not. So it's going to smell that way the next day.
turn it inside out.
I think it's a manly odor.
Mhm. It is.
I just smell testosterone.
But Don, do Jimmy's pillows smell like that sometimes?
His clothes?
Or like the pillowcase?
Oh, there was one day, because I'm fairly picky about how I sleep. I kind of like clean stuff. And one night I'm sleeping and I'm thinking it's me that stinks. So I'm like smelling my skin, like, what is that? That is disgusting. So the next day he had gotten up before I did, and like the sheets and everything were like his body, like a dead body of his frame. And he slept in his work clothes. He slept in his work clothes the night before after like crawling under, but he worked late, so was tired and just came and crashed. But it was him that was Mr. Stinky. I knew it wasn't me. It was him. But yeah, it's disgusting. And they don't
What
really
about
have to watch
Kay?
it.
What about you, Kay? After a hot day of DJing and mixing and scratching records, do you ever come home just stinking ass and your boyfriend don't want you?
No.
Of course not. He's a man. He doesn't care if you come home covered in.
Heck no. I don't know why men even like don't care. Like me, I want like a shower, soap, perfume. You know what I mean? Like, ugh.
Look,
And
my wife could come home with flames out of her ears holding a gun, and I'm still going to ask. I don't care.
You're so lucky, Mindy.
Yeah. Yeah. We've had this discussion many times, Don.
All right, Mason, you got one or two more?
Yep, I got two more. One for you again, Cam, from Buddha, who's just kind of launching off with questions tonight, asking if you've ever dropped a tire to Lake Cretan.
No, I never have, but I've had to fish a couple out from other people. I've never actually put one in there, but I've had to fish more than one out of that from Lake Cretan.
Yeah, I've seen a few out there before.
You might describe that so people understand what the heck you're talking about.
So what it is Jim and Don's place. Where we park our rigs is up on top of the hill where their house is, and down at the bottom of the hill they have a beautiful, very large pond, lake, whatever you want to call it. So what has happened is guys have rolled too close to the edge, and the last one I had to fish out was guys actually decided they had a flat tire in the trailer, so they were going to put the air hose on the trailer and air it up inside the trailer, and not pay attention in the meantime. So the tire, what happens when you air up a tire is it grows round and becomes portable at that point. And so it decided to roll itself out of the trailer, down the hill, into the lake. Thus, Cameron's the only one smart enough that knows how to go get them, because I know where the little fishing boat is, and I've had to do this before, and take the little rowboat, row out to the damn tire, and fish it back in.
And I have to entertain Jimmy so he doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah.
We all have jobs.
We all have roles. We all have our roles. What else you got?
Last one here from Daniel Smith asking, hey, Don, what was the save at World Finals 9 like, and what were you thinking leading up to the triple?
Well, I kind of I did save that jump for last because I was apprehensive. I've always seemed to come up short on things, and I just knew it probably would happen. When it landed on all four tires afterwards, I was pretty impressed. The first thing that goes to my mind, though, is, okay, that's cool. The first thing is I'm trying to think of all the noise I heard and what possibly broke. I'm trying to listen. I'm like, well, maybe it's not that bad. No, that didn't sound that bad. And then you kind of look out the window and you're waving to people, but as you're waving, you're like surveying your damage the entire time, trying to find Jimmy's eye contact to see how mad he is. Yeah, nothing's ever just fun and simple where you get out and are excited. It's a thought process goes through the whole thing. You never see my face just smiling enthusiastically. I'm always scoping my surroundings, seeing how much fun I'm in.
Okay, but I'll tell a story that reverses that. She talks about Jim being mad, but I will tell a story about Dawn being very mad. We are in Newfoundland, Canada, and Dawn breaks a bolt in a drive shaft. So me and Jim go to fix it, but we don't have enough time. The bolt actually broke in the transfer case. We didn't have enough time to fix it, so we pull her front drive shaft out. So I tell her, you're not going to notice. Hit everything harder, you won't notice. Dawn never talks on the radio. She hardly ever says anything. My God, she finished that freestyle, and did she have a lot of shit to say. Just screaming at me and Jim about not noticing the front drive shaft was not in the truck anymore.
It was the stupidest job I've ever done. I looked like a complete idiot. And every time I went by them, when I swung around to where they were parked, they probably didn't notice, but they got googly eyes and the finger every single time. I was mad then. Wouldn't notice. You'd have been better off taking a tire off. And I probably wouldn't have noticed that as much. Not joking.
My bad. We're just trying to keep your head in the game.
Yeah, I got my head in the game all right. I had lots of time to talk because I couldn't move.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the most I ever heard out of her to show. Is that it, Mason?
Yeah, that seems to be it.
Well, ladies, if you got anything else to add there, my wife? Well, I want to thank you guys for coming on. I knew this episode was going to be fun, and it was. It was a blast, and it's cool to see a whole different element to, this business, what we do, and show a different side of it. So I really appreciate you guys coming on. But Kay and Dawn, talk to both of you. People want to follow you guys. How can they keep up with you guys? Start with you, Kay.
You can follow me on all the social medias. It's at DJ KYUNG. There you go.
I'm way more high tech. With Dawn Cretan, pretty high tech. I got good stuff. No, but we do need to add one thing. Out of all of our complaints, which we just like to complain, as far as shows go, oh my God, absolutely miss every part of it. Miss the fans, miss the hype, miss driving, miss Cameron's crazy antics, miss Mason crying, miss Kay Young, all you guys except for Mason, but yeah.
Miss Mason's emotional roller coaster of the show.
Yep. The fans make everything that has been a struggle come together and be good.
Yeah, for sure. I've definitely missed it.
Yeah.
Well, for those who don't know, August 8th, Moline, Illinois. Not only will you come see 2 Extreme Racing, see Bounty Hunter, Iron Outlaw, Jekyll and Hyde, Scarlet Bandit. Also, Kay Young will be there announcing that show. And so it should be just an amazing extravaganza.
Fun.
And I am gonna make sure before that day is over, Kay Young has an embarrassing story to share.
Seriously, does not get embarrassed. I've been there a lot.
We'll find out. It may be a Brandy Chastain shirt getting ripped off. We don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Out of me,
Actually, like,
I think you're the only one that would do that.
I think that's semi-illegal.
Yeah, me and Kay keep our clothes on.
Well, fine. I'll just take my shirt off.
There, Mindy, let's do that.
I'll also get on the microphone and ask people to start throwing dollars and coins at you. Might make a little.
Dude, I could use the money. I'm all for that. Now we're talking.
There you go.
Oh, can I also mention we have an online store opening up soon.
Bring it. What you got?
Yeah. Here's one thing I might have on it. My Monster Cast hat.
Yeah, that will not be for sale when Cameron gets the hat. But Cameron will be getting that hat.
I'll give it to you, Cam. I just made it for today.
Oh, you made that?
Well, I did it. My mother-in-law and my son-in-law do all of the fancy work. They are the definite heroes of the merch.
Nice.
And as soon as things slow down, we're gonna
and they all get disrupted and disoriented, and they end up stapling the hat together or something weird. I just disrupt them, so I stay away.
Well,
Don, that's how I always did the video games when the kids are little and the Legos. I don't know how to do it. I'm just gonna mess it up. I'm gonna walk away.
Well, if everything goes right when things slow down, we're gonna come out with the Cameron Migas Large Lover line of clothing.
We can do that.
A large lover.
Yeah. Oh yeah, large lover.
I've been working on this for years.
I am.
For at least 10 of those years.
Oh man.
Well, ladies, I thank you very much for coming on. Like I said, it has been a lot of fun. I knew it would be, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. But we will see you guys soon. Any last words?
Just thank everyone for watching, and thanks for having us, Mason. You always do a good job. Cam, you always do a job.
Thank you.
I was told to watch my mouth, but he can do that.
Well,
I have that effect on Cameron.
I'm 4 drinks in. I don't care anymore.
Lord.
Just remember that when your tire falls off.
Nothing would shock me anymore. I'm so used to random mishaps.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you very much, and we will see you guys soon.
Thanks. See ya.
See you guys in a week.
Mason,
Ciao.
hit the button.
Okay.
All right. I'm just gonna move back in here to the middle. Back where I'm home. All right. So I want to thank everybody for watching. That was a lot of fun. Really was. Mason, good job as always. I believe you have some sponsor stuff we need to tend to.
Of course. We still have Florida Sauce Slinger's own Spur Hot Sauce. They're a Florida-based local business where the Southwest meets the Southeast in a clash of hot and tangy flavors. Next time you want to spice up your next meal, think of Spur Hot Sauce. Make sure to give them a like and contact on Facebook or Instagram, and tell them MonsterCast sent you. Also,
Mason.
we still have a Monster Truck and
Mason.
Yeah.
Mason.
Yeah.
Drag this one out. I gotta go do something real quick, and I'll be right back, and then we'll do our announcement. So.
Okay, well, with that, we still have Monster Truckinator TV, the place to go on for all things new and old monster truck related. Been loving all their videos that they've been putting up on both their YouTube and their Facebook page. Been watching a lot of those for inspiration on what I should put on the next highlight video. But with that, as we go ahead and wait for Cam to come back, see what we have actually going on this weekend. Let's double check here. I know that on the 1st of August, we have in Dickinson, North Dakota, we have the Monster Truck Thunder Show, along with the Lagrange in the Oldham County Fair. All the full throttle monster trucks will be there, along with Stomper with Macy Nichter. That seems to be, I can't wait to see that one, knowing how the throttle monster has been going.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, cool.
Sorry,
a few things. Go ahead.
No, sorry. Go ahead. Keep doing what you're doing. I just really had to pee. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh. Well, no. If you've been what you need to do, let's get actually to the announcement here, because I've been anxiously waiting to show it off.
Okay, so I don't know how many people are going to be as excited as I am about this episode, but we have had a lot of amazing people. We've had a lot of really good people on here, but this one, and no, it's not, no problem. But I'm not even going to say it. Mason, show the clip, and then we'll announce who this is. I am excited. Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening.
We've all heard of Bigfoot stepping on bike, but what about barefoot? Fred Schaefer.
Can I have some on the back end?
Well, it's all Fred Schaefer, the barefoot Dodge, a nice, smooth ride. We documented earlier about some problems that Fred has had.
We got a race. Gary, we got a race.
Fred Schaefer. Nothing else. If he beats Runty now, he can say, I got you last.
Oh, Schaefer took him. I think Schaefer took him. The crew certainly thinks so. And Schaefer a 482. Now, Runty had been the fast ET of round one at 480.
That is right, guys. We are going to have the OG himself, Fred Schaefer, the original Barefoot. Now, I have to thank Mike Vaughters and Scott Hess for helping us make this happen. I think this is going to be a badass episode because you're talking about one of the originators. I mean, this guy is a guy that started in 1987 and helped build the sport. This is the guy that started years before that. He was right there with Bigfoot. Lee Spring, before they were even jumping cars, they were barely climbing cars. So he ought to have a lot of good stories. It may be a 5-hour episode. I am not stopping till he's done, till he doesn't want to talk anymore. I am legitimately so excited about this episode. So Sunday, 7 o'clock Central, Fred Schaefer. I also want to mention, check out the Crush This guys, Dan and Cheech. They had a really cool episode last night with Rob Fuchs, First Blood. Really good episode. We're not trying to go back to the older school guys, just kind of the way things are working out. But these guys have so many stories, and I talked about this the other night. just trying to show everybody the history of our business. The guys that don't know, a lot of the younger guys, like Mason. Mason knows about Gravedigger, stuff like that, but Mason doesn't, and it's not anyone's fault. It's not anything wrong with it. You guys are a lot younger than us. For myself, who's in my 40s, I was watching monster trucks in the early 80s. I went to my first show in it was either 80 or 81. I'm not sure. So you guys didn't watch it where we were able to follow it back then. So it's cool to show everybody that aspect of it, how it originally started. And so that's what I want to kind of get. And like I said, Fred Schaefer is right up there with the Bob Chandlers, the Jack Willmans, the guys who not only helped start the sport, but helped evolve it. I mean, these are the guys that, like I said, started out with just driving around, doing expeditions, and then helped adapt it into a sport of racing, then eventually freestyle, to what we do now. These young guys are just going crazy with what they're doing with backflips and two-wheel skills, stuff like that. So it's cool to go back and look at these guys and talk to these guys, and I want to give all these guys the respect and the time they deserve. So like I said, I am truly just ecstatic that we were able to pull this off and get Fred Schaefer. So with that said, Mason, you got anything else to add there, buddy?
Nope, that was perfectly well said.
All right. Well, with that said, this concludes our broadcast for the evening. I'm gone.